I'm Aaron Nagler. I'm here with Andrew Perloff for SI.com. News breaking, Gary Kubiak going back to his old stomping grounds in Denver. Andrew, I got to ask, what does Gary Kubiak bring to the table that John Fox didn't?
Well, I think the Broncos are thinking intensity and offensive acumen because they didn't have the intensity at the end under Fox. Right. Kubiak, I wouldn't call Kubiak a firebrand necessarily, but he's probably more intense where Fox was toward the end with his veteran team. They need someone to come in and light a fire, and I think they need a new offensive voice to try something different. Now, this is a very interesting hire because Peyton Manning right now at this stage of his career is not a Gary Kubiak quarterback. Kubiak's got a very specific offense, zone read, play action, get the ball
bootleg
downfield.
Off of that zone read.
Yeah, bootleg off of that. I mean, Peyton likes to sit in shotgun.
Right.
You know, he needs a strong arm guy. So Brock Osweiler actually fits Kubiak more.
Oh, gosh.
But, you know, so if you look at it from a scheme-wise, you might say, well, maybe this means that Elway's ready to move on. And, hey, Elway had a quick hook with Tebow, so maybe he is. But I still find that unlikely. I think it's about the intensity.
Yeah, I can see that in regards to, you know, he did mention that in his press conference about kicking and screaming on your way out. He didn't think they were kicking and screaming when they lost to the Colts. But you mentioned the offensive kind of fits of the pieces there. How does that work when you've got a guy who runs a very specific offense and a quarterback who taught everyone the offense they're running right now? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who the hire is on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, looking at the body of work that John Fox has put out there and the body of work that Kubiak has as a head coach down in Houston, my initial reaction is that he fired a guy who's a better coach than the guy that he hired. But, you know, obviously a lot to play out there. But it's a very curious thing, other than the fact that Elway's bringing in his old buddy, his old backup, a guy who clearly will see eye to eye with him.
Yeah, I think Kubiak, too, can sort of reignite that running game, which we saw at the end of the year. If Manning is interesting, I say Elway, Manning's going to win another one. He's got to pull an Elway, and he needs to do less. He just needs to throw the ball less.
There we are.
So maybe Kubiak can get the run game going. And, you know, I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that Fox. Fox has had success, but Kubiak has never had a team like Denver.
That's true.
You know, we've never seen this. And what he did in Baltimore this year was very impressive.
Yes.
I really think he had Baltimore playing at their best. So I think that sort of earned him another look. I was surprised another team really didn't pry him away from Baltimore. So I get this hire.
They tried. The reports are they tried. But you know, he didn't want to leave, but he did want to leave for his old buddy, John Elway. My old buddy, Andrew Perloff. I'm Aaron Nagler for SI.com.